Can you give an example of like what's a regular vision that most people have? And then what's like the clear vision version?
Some industries where self-employment is just very, very obvious. It's realtors, mortgage lenders, financial advisors. You have to pretty much be the operations, the moneymaker.
I am literally firing myself from holding cameras. And it's like there's a risk out there that you need to take that can get you past that ceiling.
Welcome to The Entrepreneur Experience. My name is Coach Joe. I'm one of the co-hosts here. We also have the amazing
co-host that's better than that co-host. I'm just kidding. No. Jared Taylor with JT Visuals without the I because we don't know how to spell. No, there's more than meets the I.
Yeah. Well, I would have said I didn't know how to spell because that's probably true.
Yeah.
But
who spells things right these days?
Yeah. So that little jab that Jared gave me in the beginning, it reminds me of a conversation I was having with my wife the other day because, you know, when you get in front of like really good friends, you just start joking. And to the naked eye, like our wives, sometimes they think that we're really being rude with each other. And I told my wife, I was like, babe, like you got to understand when guys really trust and like each other, we're always joking around and it comes across rude. If we were polite with each other, that's just a sure sign that we are not comfortable and we have no idea how to read you.
And it's a test of friendship because if you crack and you become a snowflake, then we're no longer friends.
You know what snowflakes do? Snowflakes melt.
They also make good snow cones.
They do.
But speaking of snowflakes, we're talking about entrepreneurship here. And if you're not a snowflake entrepreneur, then you're in the right spot.
Yep. And when we say snowflake, that just means one that,
is tossed and turned by the wind easily.
Tossed and turned by the winds. We got to watch out with that because people can think, I don't know. No, I don't think so.
I don't know. I don't know.
Look, you might be an entrepreneur. You're probably an entrepreneur or thinking about being an entrepreneur if you're watching or listening to this podcast. This podcast is specifically designed for all entrepreneurs who are looking for answers, who are looking for growth, who are looking for hope.
Yeah.
And what we try to do is we try to bring a topic to the table and have a discussion about just the everyday experiences that entrepreneurs have, good, bad, and different. And we try to give hope and answers to some of them through story form. Every once in a while, bringing in a guest. So if you're also an entrepreneur living in Kansas City and you're interested in the guest experience, it is a small investment, but it comes with a bunch of clip videos. Make sure to click on the link below, and one of our team members will give you a registration link. We'll definitely vet you. We'll make sure that you are a good entrepreneur and that you'll bring value to our show. So anyways, Jared, that was a long-winded run that I had there. Do you have anything else that you want to add to that?
Just join our school community. The school community, I'm telling you, that's the spot where true growth really happens. Like if you're listening to this and you're in community and contributing in the school community, taking some of those courses, there's AI courses, there's business building courses and things like that that can equip entrepreneurs, you will grow. You get what you put into it, but if you join that, you will grow.
Yeah. Well, here's the question. As an entrepreneur who's listening and or watching, what intentional communities are you a part of that actually lift you up when it comes to your entrepreneur spirit? Meaning, who is going to encourage you when you're going through a hard month in sales? Right?
Yeah.
If you're not careful about your community, you might have people telling you, hey, are you sure you're supposed to really be doing this thing? Why don't you get a job? And if you're a true entrepreneur, business owner-minded person, that makes you want to throw up. Like you gave everything up. You took all the risks to do this thing called business. And when times get tough, it's time to dig in. So you need the right voice. In order to have the right voice, you have to have the right community. And that's kind of why we always get along, because I'm like, Jared, no, you can't do that. And then you're like, Joe, seriously, stop it. You know, like I'm like, okay, right?
Yeah. And then you can also celebrate what's going on in there too. And like you like to fish for celebrations, which is really awesome because we need to regulate that more in our brain to celebrate wins and things that have happened, reflect on it. I struggle with reflecting in the past. And then so I'm always looking to the future. And so it's a good exercise for me to balance out because reflection's biblical. It's like a Sabbath. It's like knowing where you came from, what got you here. and things like that. So that's a good spot for that.
I think that's what the Sabbath was for, right?
Yeah, reflection.
Not just to rest, but to reflect, I think. I'm also not Jewish, but being a Christian, I did my best to kind of study those things, and I realized the Sabbath is very important. And as a business owner, rest in general, like being able to give yourself a day or two to rest from your toil makes a difference.
So speaking of rest too, like I did that cruise thing that we talked about last time or whatever. Yeah. And I'll tell you, dude, the budget was like, it was way over than what I was saying. Like it was a $3,000 cruise. And I have a lot to say about Margaritaville that I don't like. But anyways, that's not for this. But it's because of the business side.
Man, now I kind of want to hear it.
But it's because of the business model. I didn't like the business model. They're like Spirit Airlines.
Oh.
To where
so they get you in cheap and they upsell everything.
Yep. And like I will die on this hill that fuel and docking fees should be included in cruise.
So you showed up and you had an automatic fuel and docking fee?
Yeah. I just didn't like the business model. Mm-hmm. And I think like if you charge a little more up front and didn't have fees to the everyday individual, that's...
Well, remember, most people want convenience. They'll pay extra for convenience. So, for example, I used to fly Spirit because I thought, hey, I'm traveling a lot. It's just me. I have no kids.
Yeah.
I don't need a check-in luggage. As a matter of fact, I don't even need a luggage as big as a standard carry-on. I can just do a duffel bag. After about 3 or 4 of that, I'm like, dude, this, I'm upgrading to Southwest. I upgraded to Southwest, and I love what they did, but then all of a sudden, I got this opportunity to get a Delta card.
Ooh.
I have credit cards for my business all the time. I got that. And it said, oh, because you have this card, you get access to our lounge unlimited. I'm like, how much do I spend on food at airports? Also, sometimes it's so crowded, I'm not even sitting down. I'm just walking just to kind of stay busy. And I get to the airports early. So you have this thing called lounges. Then I found out that the majority of Delta flights have TVs. And guess where I'm never going back to again? Southwest or Spirit or Frontier. I'm sticking with Delta until there's something better, right? But it just created convenience. I go to the airport, I show them my card, I get into the lounge, and I have unlimited food and amenities.
Yeah. And it's like an expectation alignment. So like to be surprised that there's these extra things that you're supposed to pay for or else you don't go on the cruise.
Yeah.
It's just totally different. And then you lose customer satisfaction by that.
Yeah.
But I was talking about that also because in our school community, I was just curious, like, what is it like for entrepreneurs to vacation or go on an anniversary or to leave? Because there's a part of me that like, this is in me now. Like, I want to express, it's part of me. But also like while I'm there, I don't want to like shut off a part of what's me, which is entrepreneurship or like talking about the business or anything like that. It's like a child that you love,
Yeah.
And then you're not allowed to talk about that child. It's kind of weird. But I got there and I was like, for one, it's not just about me. Nice glasses.
Thank you.
He just put on his glasses. For one, it's not just about me. It's about my relationship with my wife on this cruise.
Yeah.
So
and that's important.
If she's not into it, I shouldn't be so selfish to talk about it.
Yeah.
She's free to invite me to, and then I can feel good about it. But it's just selfishness. But then the other thing was just it took me a few days. Like I think it was more of like unplugging. And then knowing that the team can handle whatever it is, or if there's something so bad that they can't handle it, it can wait.
Yeah.
Yeah. And it was more of that. And for one, kudos. Thank you. You've helped coach me to that point. And I didn't have like any stress or anything while on vacation because of that. But we were unplugged too. And so it forced me to not do that. And I'm just like, is this normal for everyone? When you're an entrepreneur, you have a business and it's hard to just stop and like, everyone says touch grass, but I say touch sand.
Depends.
What
part of the United States you're from.
Go step into the ocean a little bit, like hear that ocean, unplug. Like,
oh, dude, that's one of the most therapeutic things ever.
Yeah.
Early in the morning.
Forget to put on sunscreen and go, oops, I got sunburned.
Did you?
Yeah.
I've been brown my whole life. I think my body forgets to get sunburned. One thing that has been coming up over and over and over again, not just in my coaching sessions, but in just people talking to me that are, not so qualified leads, but they're asking questions.
Okay.
The topic comes up of the trap of the self-employed business owner. And I say it like that because it is like that. You're self-employed, but you think you own a business. And people loosely throw out the word entrepreneur.
Yeah.
And even that has a different meaning from business. And I thought it'd be cool to just really identify those things. And what gets you from self-employment to business owner, from business owner to entrepreneurship is typically one thing. Strategy aside, operations aside, one major thing that you tap into as an individual gets you from one of those categories to the other.
Okay, what is it?
It's vision and the ability to act upon it.
Okay.
Okay, so let's break down self-employment.
So compelling vision, basically.
Yeah, there we go. Compelling vision, and I have a formula for success that has the whole, dreams, goals, learn, plan, act, right? Like it breaks it down to that. But one thing that really pushes people to go from one quadrant to the other, it's a compelling vision and a dissatisfaction of where you are right there that makes you want to get to that next level. Because it's one thing to say, oh, I make a lot of money as a self-employed individual. Why would I want to go run a business and take more risk and hire people and this and this and that, right?
Oh, yeah.
There needs to be a compelling vision.
Like, I'm comfortable with where I am.
Exactly. And that's typically why people stay where they're at.
Because when they're satisfied, then there's no...
But I would even argue that some of them are not even satisfied. They give up on trying.
It's like the vision part's missing after that, I think.
Yeah. Well, I mean, we're not even really taught as individuals what it truly means to have clear vision and get clarity on that and really hone into that and create goals and then learn what it takes and plan.
Can you give an example of like what's a regular vision that most people have and then what's like the clear vision version?
Yeah. Sometimes the generic vision is I want to make more money. Cool.
I want to start a business
why?
So I can...
How much do you need based off of the why? A clear vision, once, I break it down with my clients, once our team of coaches break it down with their clients is, okay, great. So why do you need your business to be successful for you? Let's break down why you actually need it to be successful. And then a lot of times it's like, well, I want it to be successful because I want people to be happy with where they work. I'm like, no. Business aside, why does your business have to be successful? What is it supposed to do to serve you personally? And then I give them permission to be selfish in a good way. Like, okay, let's just talk about you. Are you living in the house that you actually want to live in? Is that your dream house? Is that the dream house that you wanted to raise your kids? Like when you were a kid and you had nothing that stopped you from really dreaming, how did the house look when you had your dreams of having a family and being in a house? Yeah. Is your wife happy? Your husband happy?
Yeah. Do you have an espresso machine?
Do you have an espresso machine with the tiny cups and the plate and the little tiny spoon?
Well, not the tiny cups, but the espresso size mugs so you can do the latte art. That's me.
Okay, if you're a latte guy. You just had espresso, so I just narrowed it down just to espresso.
True.
But you can have the small cups just for an espresso kick and a big cup for your latte.
Yeah, okay.
And if you're latte lactose intolerant.
Dude, Joe, while you're on this, though, I realized a new vision on the personal side.
Oh, let's hear it.
So, no joke, I truly, after going on our cruise and spending so much quality time with my wife, rediscovering who we are as each other, really, because it's been a minute without kids, I want to be a snowbird.
Dude.
And then
Me too.
Do you?
Yeah.
So I want to own a house that's like somewhat close to a beach or something, like drivable or something like that. But
we have one in San Diego.
Okay.
Like our family has houses in San Diego, so.
Because I love where we live, and I see us being here for a long time, raising our family here. When the kids are out of school.
Dude, Casey is an amazing place to raise a family.
Yeah. And we're so plugged in with our community. That's what makes the community great is when you're actually plugged in. After the kids graduate, make enough money to be able to own both houses and travel frequently.
2 studios.
Yeah. I mean, I would just start another business too.
We'll just have Azaria run this one.
Or another location.
Right?
Dude, she could.
I'm pretty sure she could.
She'd probably do better than me, too. once I get the systems up.
I mean, I wasn't going to say it, Azaria, but okay.
Hey, there's people that build systems and there's people that run systems.
You're definitely a good runner of systems.
Oh, I was going to say I'm a builder.
Oh, I'm sorry. Builder of systems.
Well, from your perspective, because you build and I run, but
honestly, Jared, your gift is also to run things, like in a sense, like you run the stuff at your church. Like you get really excited about all this.
I think I'm in a paradigm shift of my own life, though, where
because
it's like
you have to.
Yeah,
because you have to shift from technician to business owner.
And same with church too. Even like the team, it's like I am literally firing myself from holding cameras.
Good. That's hard, isn't it?
Yeah, it's hard. But at the same time,
Did you hear that, team? He can no longer hold a camera. Grace, Azaria? Good.
Including pro bono work. It's like, dude, if someone wants something captured.
Wait, hold on. If I ask you to come to my office and be like, hey, let's shoot something really cool.
Okay, maybe I'll iPhone.
All right, go. All right, go.
But if you're not okay with iPhone and you want a real scheduled thing.
Bro, this is me.
I shouldn't be the one. If you can
do something good on iPhone.
Yeah. I mean, I got a good iPhone app. It's professional. Jeez. It shoots in logarithmic format, which
I don't even know how to define it. It is over. It's okay, so self-employment.
Yeah. So you get your vision.
Well, the vision gets you from one quadrant to the other. But let's get very clear on self-employment. Okay. Self-employment, guys, and this might be a really hard gut punch for somebody you watching or listening. If the business relies on you for the majority of anything, you're self-employed. I don't care if you have a team. I don't care if there's systems in place. If you are the one that has to be present for the majority of the business to function and make money, you own a job, which puts you in self-employment. Now, it's probably self-employment light or business light. I don't know. We can get so granular with those things, but at the end of the day, self-employment literally means you own a job, and you might get paid more than what you would for working for somebody else. So for some of you, that's exactly where you want or need to be. Mm-hmm. But some industries where self-employment is just very, very obvious. It's realtors, mortgage lenders, financial advisors. You have to pretty much be the operations, the moneymaker, the person sending the app, signing the papers, all that kind of stuff. And even if you have like a transaction coordinator or something like that, you're still the face of the entire business. Yeah. That's self-employment.
And the business side would be if they decide to go firm.
And that gets more into a business model.
Yeah.
Right? I know a realtor. Well, Gary Curley was on our podcast.
Yeah, dude.
Like that guy on his own makes commission of about $1 million a year. But he has like 10 people on his team, and he sets systems and just tells them what to do, and they go.
Yeah.
And that guy's always fishing. What's up, Gary? If you're watching, what's up? I was running a duct cleaning business. It's in the HVAC world. I remember I was the guy answering the phone, scheduling the jobs while I was driving to the next job. Yeah. I had a notepad of all the jobs that were next. And I was proud because I was making $150,000 a year. I mean, I'd never, ever hit the 100,000. So, but then you get burnt out. I was working 16-hour days and all that. I was self-employed. So I hired somebody, but I had to train, and I still had to be with them. They were just a helper. They were everything but a person in a van doing their own thing. So I was still self-employed, but I thought I had a business. My wife jumped in to answer the phones and do all that stuff, but the business still, the majority of it relied on me. I was still self-employed. You jump into the business owner phase when you actually have systems, training, and a team that takes the majority of the mundane away from you as the business owner.
Yeah.
And you focus on your genius, which is, in my case, it was, I love to network. I just brought people into the business. The salespeople sold it. And I came into team meetings and I trained and I talked a lot. If you don't notice, I like to talk.
And you're good at it. I'll toot your horn.
Yeah. Well, I mean, thankfully, because everything else, like the detail, the operations, the setting up systems, those are all my weaknesses. And I remember trying to do all those things, and I could only do it so well. I mean, if you look at my team, I have more people. I have VAs and assistants. I have more of those than I do coaches on my team. And most of them is to just make sure that the little things that we do, the specialty things, are done with excellence.
I'm more like a visionary type, very ideas person. And so it's nice to have someone that's a complement to that, meaning like, hey, that wasn't very clear. What do you mean by this? And then there's more clarity in like how to lead the team by having someone like that, and then also like organizing literally anything that doesn't make sense. Streamlining the process, like, I set it up like this. It made a lot of sense. I thought I was thinking like a waffle.
Box by box,
I guess I was spaghetti.
Yeah.
So, and then you got to have someone that kind of can convert that so it's a better process.
Yeah.
So that was like my side that I've experienced that I really appreciate, having someone that's like a compliment to.
Yeah. Well, a lot of times, if you can find the right partner in your business and they can complement what you do, that's gold. Yeah, some of the best partners are total opposites. You know, and some of them can be chameleons. They can really work strong together, but they understand. They have a verbal, you know, agreement or even physical agreement. Like, hey, these are the lanes that you stay in because you're really good there. You start to mess up when you're in my lane. One of my favorite things to do when I work with partners is get them to sign an agreement right away. You already have an operating agreement. I'm not talking about that. I'm talking about an agreement on how you're going to run things on a day-to-day. You know, like you are the CEO because you have tons of vision. You're able to lead. You're really good at hiring the right people. But when it comes to detail, dude, you love the operations. You love to train. You love to do all that kind of stuff. Like, okay, that could be a good partnership. So business owners, it's systems, teams. You're not involved in the majority of it. You're involved in a small amount of it. Maybe. Or none of it.
Yeah.
You upgrade to entrepreneurship when you have, there's different definitions, but this is the way I see it. You have a successful business that doesn't need you to be around to be successful. And you're off doing other ventures if you want to, or other investments, or you're utilizing your time to do other things that actually build you wealth now, whether it's starting up other businesses and passing them off to the right people. You have multiple businesses that run without you and you have a passion project. Now you're an entrepreneur. You have multiple things going on. You're successful. You're doing things. You're coaching. You're teaching people because of that. And that's actually a very fun area to be in and also very chaotic. It's an identity crisis. To me it was, because I was like, oh man, I'm no longer the owner. Well, I am the owner of that, but I'm never there. Like, you know, but I'm like, this is not what I want though. I want to not be there and make money off of it, you know? So.
And then you open new locations, but then when you open new locations, there's new problems and new people and new management that you got to hire. Yeah. So then the roles change and the ladder gets bigger.
Oh yeah. You know? Well, the ladder rungs a distance.
Yeah.
So that happened to me. I started a junk removal business here in Kansas City. There's already one in San Diego. And I'm like, oh, it's been a few years since I actually started something from scratch. I forgot about all this stuff. You know, like it was kind of like frustrating, but then I was appreciative of the startup process. Yeah. And then I realized I no longer want to do startups anymore. I just want to buy small businesses from somebody who already did all this headache.
What about like acquisition? You want to acquire a company?
Yeah. But I would like to acquire companies, but I would also like to, I know I said I don't want to start, but maybe like have something small that I got from somebody who already has a majority of like the CRM and all that stuff.
Oh, I gotcha.
That's not like doing so well. It's like, hey, let me take over the business, figure out what needs to be done, and then hire the right people just to run the business.
So like a business with partnership that can like just plug and play.
Yeah. Like the junk medics, like we have a somewhat partnership agreement. Like they pretty much manage for partial ownership, and then there's there's a probation phase. Okay, you know, to see how they do and stuff. And
so get this too. I looked at the structure and researched it a little more with Margaritaville, the cruise line, and they're the main company. And so look this up just to verify. Don't take my word for it, but I know
fact check this thing.
I know it was something about like there was some Australian company or some other company, and Margaritaville bought them out and kind of acquired their ship, and they're just
is it just one ship?
An investment of people, and I think it started with one. But then you know what they do? They manage their business and brand building, and then they hire a whole separate company to completely operate it. You know what I'm saying? Like it's like a white label thing, but it's transparent enough.
Yeah.
So it's like,
well, they probably had a hard time training their team how to operate. They're like, it's probably cheaper or the same to get a third party in here.
Yeah.
Well, so it's kind of like that's do that.
I think they,
like Marriott.
Well, and it's like real estate. You have like property management companies running it. It's kind of like the same thing. So it's like when you think like that, that's a little more plug and play. And if you can start with that kind of way, that could go a long ways.
Yeah. I might own both companies.
Yeah, I heard that.
I don't know. Going from those little sections of self-employment, business owner, and entrepreneur, I think the last quadrant that Robert Kiyosaki has is investor. Like, you just do whatever with your money.
Yeah.
Like, you just make so much money.
Yeah.
Or you are just living off the passive or residual income of all your investments.
Yeah.
I'm a little bit of both. I have some investments that I'm living off of. I mean, they're not much, but I have a few businesses that pay me. So I think I'm still in the entrepreneur phase, tapping into investor pretty soon. And not in any big way by any means, just with what I'm doing activity-wise.
Yeah.
Like I'm getting into that. Now I'm talking about starting businesses with people.
That's cool.
But one thing that you need as an entrepreneur to really move you from one quadrant to the other, because it's not as easy as just saying, okay, I'm going to be a business owner.
Yeah.
You know, you have to have strong vision for where you're going to go, you know. And if you don't, then let's say you're self-employed, well, that one-time fat commission check just kind of keeps you there.
And then you got to have that risk. That's probably like why a lot of people get trapped too. And or really any ceiling. It's like there's a risk out there that you need to take that can get you past that ceiling.
Oh, yeah. Well, one of the risks is understanding and identifying that you can no longer be the person that you believe could only do it. I hear people stuck in this all the time. Well, if I want to do things right, I have to do it myself.
Yeah.
Even if those are not the words that are articulated, that's definitely a mindset. Or you feel like, oh, I have such a great relationship with all the clients. If I leave, everybody's going to leave. And I've done it a few times already, and here's the reality. They actually appreciate it.
Especially if you do the introduction, I feel like that would be fine.
With or without the introduction. If I'm burnt out and I'm not answering their calls anymore and I'm tired and they see a lack of skill because I'm just tired, they'll appreciate that I'm putting somebody more competent in front of their project, whether it's a house project, a tech project, or anything like that.
I never thought of it like that.
Not one of my clients left because I no longer service their house. I realized that. I was like, dang, I'm not that important. I'm not as important as I thought I was. You're not as important as you think you are.
Which makes you important when you realize it.
I just heard a voice in my head, but your mom thinks you're important.
Yeah. And it's like, even from biblical perspective, it's like, well, God thinks you're important. Well, I don't know. Hold on. You got to think about this. Literally in Scripture, it's said a lot of times, God has no favorites.
There's no favoritism with the Lord. Yep.
There's some things to kind of balance there. But what it is that can make you special is that you were the one that was called and you were the one that obeyed. Because I think that, like, God's going to do it no matter what. Because he can.
Yeah.
If he wants something to happen, he can find the people that's going to do it. But it's like the same thing for me. Like, it should be an honor for me to be called to do this business because God wants me to. Versus what makes me different than everyone else and I can feel so insecure about it. And then it's like, well, no, like, God's going to make it happen. And he's asking me if I want to be the one that he uses.
Yeah. But even if, like, and this is not to discredit what you just said because everything you said is absolutely true. But, like, will you even do it if God promised that you will not even see the outcome until never?
That's always the crazy question.
Yeah.
I don't think
was it Hezekiah or one of the prophets where it's like, hey, you do all these things, but you won't see the result until 1,200 years from now in heaven while you're looking down, right? In essence. Isaiah?
And dude,
is it Hezekiah, Isaiah?
Bro, Moses.
Oh, well,
he obeyed too. He did a lot.
Yeah, but he struck that rock.
And then what? The rock?
I was like, when I was a kid, I was like, dang, that's kind of harsh.
He never saw it. What? Dang. Bro, and you went through all of that. Like, I really want to see this, like, VR style in heaven of, like, this scene of Aaron building the calf and everything.
And him getting all pissed off.
Well, I'm impatient and, like, no, we need to worship God. Brought you through slavery.
When he got mad at those things and he broke the first of the 10 Commandments, that's not what did it. It was when God clearly told him to speak to the rock, I think.
Yeah.
Or to tap it.
Yeah.
And he smacked the living crap out. I was like, to split a rock in half, you had to hit that thing really, really hard. Obviously, it was probably pressure from the water. Like, he must have been really angry to, like, really provoke God to be angry at him and be like, dude, because you did that? Nah. Thanks for everything, but nah, you're not going to see it. I'm like, That's tough. That's tough to swallow. But
crazy.
you know what didn't stop him and Joshua from and all the other biblical strong people and as an entrepreneur? It's really being clear with the purpose that God has given you. Like living out your true purpose and seeking it out.
Yeah.
And once you understand it, I guarantee you'll either do nothing about it because you're too scared, or you'll do everything it takes to fulfill that true potential. I want to be the second part.
Yeah.
Because being created how God created me through basically in his image, I'm a creator just like he is. And so if I'm not creating, if I'm not doing things to add value, then in my precious opinion, I'm not living out my potential.
Yeah.
Now, it just looks different than your potential when we get to articulating it. But the reality is you have to seek out and live the true potential God has put you in. Or else you'll settle.
Do you know your God-given purpose?
My God-given purpose?
Like why? What does God want for Joe? You know?
Yep.
Have you ever
I've had a
developed that?
lot of time to think about that. And as of right now, my God-given purpose is to help Christian entrepreneurs succeed so that they can actually be present in a godly way for their family, starting with their spouse and their community, to glorify God in everything that they do.
Yeah.
Now, does that mean I don't work with Christians? No. But I want to help those. And those who come in that are not Christian, I will also help you build a business. But it'll be in alignment with my fundamentals. I won't push God on you. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Hopefully you see my example and you can make your own decision at that point. But my true God-given purpose is to help the body of Christ take off some of the blinders of money through entrepreneurship. There's so much talk and disagreement on whether Christians should be poor or Christians should be prosperous. Like if you go too Western and Americanized, everything is so good. We think that the only evidence that you're in God's favor is that you're super abundantly wealthy. That's not true. And it's also equally not as true that because you're a servant of God, you have to be and look and act poor. Like that's also not true.
Right.
You know?
That's a huge misconception.
It is a misconception. And so I really want to help the body of Christ understand the truth of what God really wants for them and what true prosperity means, which is not physical things. And that's a byproduct.
Yep.
You know, the Bible says, seek first God's kingdom and then his righteousness. Then all these things will be added to you.
Yep.
And we seek out and it's the same in business. We're seeking out those big, glorious moments of high revenue, high sales. We brag about that, and our profit and cash flow is non-existent.
Yeah. I believe there's something like a talent or a passion that God gives every single person. Even if you don't believe in him, like there's some sort of passion that's in you to do something, which is crazy. And I believe that like that passion, when it's aligned with advancing the kingdom of God, then that's true, like living in God's will.
Yeah.
And that's where like if you're called to be an entrepreneur and build a business and then you're passionate about it, how is it helping to work alongside God's kingdom?
Yeah.
Or be part of God's, like literally be part of it. Figuring that out, and then once they all align, then you're really walking in purpose.
Yeah.
And for me, like, why am I here personally put on this earth? I believe it has to do with showing a new perspective, because I just think so different than people. And I think that's what makes me unique.
It does. It does.
Like, so
it's definitely opposite in the way I think, but I think when we mash together, it's like, oh, dude, like there's some cool stuff here.
And there's a lot more people out there that's like that, and they're struggling, and they don't even know their passion. And I believe that it's in me to be able to help people find that passion and then connect that with the church and connect it with the business. Like there's more to it, and I want to like help them see the next step. And that's what I feel like I'm called to, because I can see it as like I learned storytelling through the passion of video.
Yeah.
So videos become an avenue and a vehicle that helps me get to where God made me unique, and that's learning story. And so there's a lot of times I can see where someone needs to go in their story. To them, it's their real life, and when they're sharing about it, I'm hearing it, and I'm like, oh, you got to do this.
Yeah.
I have one marked for you still.
Really?
Yeah.
Oh, yes.
I have it marked in my head. You got to go swimming, man.
Oh, jeez, no. Joe hates the water.
See? I remember.
Yeah, I'll do that.
So it's like,
I think he's drowning. Hey, can we get the lifeguards over there, please? Let's watch how this happens. Can they get him alive? That's CPR for about 30 minutes now.
Yeah. The hard thing is seeing it in myself.
Yeah.
And so that's where I need help from other people.
Let me clarify. It's not water that I'm afraid of. I'll swim in a pool.
Okay.
It's the ocean.
Oh, okay.
Because it was the waves that kept crashing over me that kind of got me to drown a little bit.
What about just beach, though?
Oh, I'll do that. But like, I honestly want to go out and surf one day and not be afraid of the waves. Like,
oh, okay.
It's that part.
Yeah. Dude, we did parasailing. Does that count?
See, I'll do that. And if I have a life vest and I fall in the water, I'm fine.
Yeah.
But I want to face the fear of getting on a surfboard, just a wetsuit, no flotation device.
Yeah.
And just kind of be out there and be like, hey, let me catch this wave. And if I fall under, I know what to do to come back up, Like,
I have a fear, and I know the story for me, and which is why I have this huge burning desire to do it sometime. So it's kind of like a far out thing. And maybe it involves Michael Mitchell. Michael, are you listening?
You know what?
We should put scuba diving thing.
We should put this on school and be like, "Hey, Michael, we called you out somewhere along this video. You got to watch the whole thing,
dude." Yes, you got to watch the whole thing to know it.
Yeah.
But he's been like doing scuba stuff, and he was showing me some of it, and I'm like, "Dude, that's awesome." Okay, so I've always had this desire to swim with sharks.
Ooh,
because I have a fear, but it's like one of those fears that I know that like once I do it, it's just going to be. Yeah. So awesome.
So I've heard that it's actually easier and not as scary if you swim with sharks. It's just when they ambush you. That's where the fear comes from.
Okay, yeah. You don't want to be ambushed by any animal.
But when you go down there and they're just swimming around and you're like, where? They say that when you come up, you just hold their nose and push them away.
Yep.
I was watching a documentary.
So I've been seeing all
Where
those.
you just knock their nose and you're like, oh.
Facebook knows my algorithm. It sends me a bunch of shark videos.
Shark videos.
But I don't want to be like surprised.
I dare
That's
to
the thing.
swim with killer whales. How about that?
Oh, no. I'll do that.
Orcas?
Yeah, orcas. Oh, that's one of Rose's dreams too. So we don't want to do cruises again, but we might do like Alaskan cruise because you see orcas and whales. But if we can do it,
I honestly think it was the cruise line that you were on. Honestly,
yeah, probably.
Because I have so many people. Okay, so here's one dream: the Ritz-Carlton came out with a cruise,
like the Carlton dance.
No, the Ritz-Carlton, the high-level 5-star hotel branch.
Oh, dude.
The Ritz.
Yeah.
They came out with the cruise.
I'm just going to nod and pretend I knew what it was.
I follow these influencers that all they do is go on these luxury trips so you could actually experience it through their lens. Huh. And they went on one. It's like $20,000 a person.
Dude.
Everything's included though. So anyways.
Well, there's a spot someone mentioned in Dominican, which we went there for our honeymoon, and you can clear kayak, like those clear kayaks, and orcas showed up. So...
And they don't attack you?
It's Rose's dream. No, dude, they're good. All right, now we're on.
All right, we're off. Look, if you're watching, if you're listening, here's my encouragement to you. Assess where you're at. Just like literally assess where you're at. And actually, I'm going to throw in something. I'm going to give you the PDF. I have a business self-assessment.
Okay.
That we'll throw in the link. And it just kind of gives us 6 steps of what we teach on how to build a successful business. And you can grade every single area of those minor topics that make the whole thing what it is. And you can kind of make the decision to say, okay, these are the things I have to do to either get out of self-employment and build a business, or to actually build the business that I'm trying to work on right now, or get into entrepreneurship. It just really provokes you to just assess yourself. So there's nobody else doing this for you, so you can be as honest as you want and as brutal as you need to be with you. But I want just people, I'm passionate to let people know that if you're stuck in self-employment and that's not where you actually want to be, there's a way out of it. You just have to start with, hey, why or what do I need to do to get myself out of this thing? Like what's so strong and compelling that has everything to do with your purpose in life to get you to say, okay, I'll do the next steps to actually get out from self-employment to building a business, and from building a business to entrepreneurship, and entrepreneurship to just basically living a life through your investments. That's that, dude. Got anything else?
No, if you're on the school community, you'll see it attached in there. So the link is through the school community, and then find this video. If you've seen the thumbnail and title, you'll know where it is, and then that's where the attachment will be.
Okay.
So
awesome. Cool. Amazing. So with all that being said, I'm glad and I'm really happy you took this journey with us, even though we're the only ones talking. But
I'm not. No, you're the only one. I'm just kidding. No.
Dang it. Probably right. I probably did the majority talking this time around.
I think it's pretty even.
But whatever phase of entrepreneurship you are in, look, there's hope. You might be in a season where things are just so prosperous. Congratulations. Yeah. I mean, ride that wave as much as you can, build the systems through it. If you're in a season of just you're suffering, okay, great. That's part of entrepreneurship, and a lot of the resilience comes through that pain. You know, I always say you just have to be too hard-headed to give up, especially if you know you're doing the right things. So if you're not doing the right things, adjust it and then just keep going, and in due time it'll happen. But at the end of the day, just remember that entrepreneurship is one of those things where if you do this right, you will change the world. And whatever you go through will be worth the eventual outcome if you are willing to put in what it takes.
Man, preach it.
Dude.
Man, okay, we're not in it for motivation, but this one, dude, it's motivational.
I loved it.
So what are you going to do about it? That's where the real change happens.
Yep. All right, guys, stay strong.
And keep on keeping on.